Big Money Bound TV, RRT Posse, YouTube. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I try to release scheduled videos every Monday at 12 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, but also release some unscheduled videos throughout the week. Now, if you're returning, hey, welcome back. I appreciate all the support, man. Thank y'all. Today's video, I got my cell phone in hand. Hold on, I just got an update about my baby boy. Hold on. Did you get me an update about my son, y'all? Hold on. I love the supporters, but I love my son much more. Alright, he's great. Yeah, this little snack. Alright. So today's video, what I'm gonna be doing is the Q&A. I put up a post. So if anybody's saying, I didn't know you was gonna have a Q&A, you gotta really pay attention to me on YouTube, have your post notifications turned on. I created a post. I wanna do a Q&A, 2024 Q&A. I gotta get at least 20 plus questions before I can do it. And I think we had like 26, 27. So shout out to everybody who asked a question. I appreciate that. I'm answering all these questions. It's a couple of them. I gotta get back to that post. Y'all just bear with me. I gotta find out where the post was at. You feel me? Cause I'll be on here, but I ain't really on here like that. Alright, where is it at? Hold on, bro. Hold on, I wanna do this in order, bro. Y'all bear with me. Newest first. Okay, so I gotta go down to the bottom. Alright. First question. Oh, see, I don't know if I can say all these names. It's gonna be a lot of stuff, man. Whatever. I love the supporters. Brandon2468. And multiple people ask multiple questions. So if I don't say your name again, that just means that somebody already said ask another question. Because I said, hey, I requested that you ask more than one question because I want to really give you a real good Q&A video, man. Go through the steps of what you should do as a respiratory therapist if a trauma patient, gunshot wound, trauma, burn, etc. comes into the ER. So that's the good thing about respiratory therapy. No matter what the situation is, no matter what the patient came in for, the respiratory therapist's job, if needed, is going to be the respiratory therapist. I'm the airway. I'm ambu bagging and I'm assisting the doctor with intubating this patient. That's my job, no matter if it's a gunshot wound, a leg missing, a car accident, a shark bite, no matter what it is, my job as a therapist remains the same. I'm the airway. Regardless of what we said, gunshot wound, trauma, fire, burn, etc. Go through the steps. I get my ambu bag, I hook it up to the flow meter, and I flush it all the way. I go C&E around the patient's head. If oxygen is needed, I go C&E. Now the patient, see, if I'm there, it's because the patient's having some kind of shortness of breath. So I give the adequate needed FiO2. But if intubation is needed, I set up my ambu bag. Or if it's just me, I'm the only therapist, I'll turn on the ambu bag, flush it, give it to the nurse to do ambu bagging while I set up all the intubation equipment. Then once I get that, I bring it up to the head of the bed, I take over bagging, and now I'm at the head of the bed to assist the doctor. That's it. That's the steps. You make sure you get all your intubation equipment, you get your oxygen equipment, and you apply it to the patient. No matter what happens, like during CPR, cardiac arrest, my job as a therapist stays the same. I'm the airway. That's the beautiful thing about being a respiratory therapist. No matter what, bro, I work in a trauma center. Everything came in there, from gunshot wounds to burns to vehicle accidents to machete attacks. I seen you drowning, everything. My job stayed the same. I'm the airway. He's got a burn wound. He's bleeding. Let me go patch that up. That ain't my job. So your job as RT stays the same. You're the airway. Go through the steps we take for the application process at a new job. Application process. Nowadays everything is on the computer. This ain't back. When I was first applying for my first job, I had to go into the job, get a paper application, fill it out, bring it back in, hope they call me for interview. Now everything is online, man. So I want to make sure I get the right thing, man. Steps we take for application. First thing first, you want to make sure that you got a job resume. First thing first, you want to make sure that you qualified to be at that facility to work there. If you know that, man, you're a new respiratory therapist, and you're applying to a long-term place that has a lot of trachs, and you never really dealt with trachs, you're uncomfortable dealing with trachs, bro, don't go over there. Get your experience up, then go over there and get that fatty. I ain't saying don't never go. I'm saying sorry not, don't go over there. So make sure that you qualified for the job. Make sure you got your resume, and it's a decent resume. You got your references, everything full out on your resume. Then You apply to you find a hospital online. You see they got open for respiratory therapists, whether it be full-time, part-time, per diem. You apply online. You cross your fingers. You wait for a call back. So make sure you qualify for the job. Make sure you got your application. You apply online, and you go over respiratory-related interview questions. Randy, what can I find those at? Big Money Bound TV. How to get a job as a respiratory therapist, interview as a respiratory therapist. Somewhere, I did the video a while ago, man. I may do it again. If y'all want me to do it again, just let me know. But I gave you a lot of gems and a lot of tips to tell you, like, how not to make the mistakes I made in my first job interview, because ain't nobody give me the game, ain't nobody tell me nothing. So that's what you want to do. Appreciate the question, man. The management as a respiratory therapist, if we want to have 2 jobs. My bad. Time management as a respiratory therapist if we want to have 2 jobs. Mind you, I got 2 jobs and I just came from working 5 days in a row. So you see I'm kind of putting words that ain't even there. Time management as a respiratory therapist if we want to have 2 jobs. Time management. You know, just make sure that like you're able to do it. That you ain't got like no pre-obligations that won't allow you to do it. Meaning, if you got 5 kids, 6 kids, and they all live with you, it's gonna be hard, and you single by yourself, it's gonna be hard to have 2 jobs. Now you can probably do 4 days at one job. You gotta time manage it right. Okay, I'm gonna do day shift. I'm gonna leave a little early on this day because my kids got school. That's you saying time management if we want to have 2 jobs. Gotta make sure you don't got a pre-obligation that's gonna require more of your time being at home than it is at work. Now if you're single, no kids, no relationship, you can have 3 jobs. Go get your money, bro. And they, man or female, you got 3 jobs and you getting paid and you getting fed, they coming. Whatever you into, they coming. So that's my answer for that. Time management as a respiratory therapist, we want to have 2 jobs. And you gotta be sure that you take your rest and like your hydration, your nutrition serious. You don't want to be doing these 2 jobs working 6 days a week and then you only getting like 3 hours of sleep and you eating all kind of hamburgers and junk food. You gotta really be on top of your sleep. You get off at 7 o'clock in the morning, you home before 8, before 9. You don't have a little breakfast, you don't took a shower, now you in bed and you wind down, you go to sleep at like 9:20, 9:30. And then you wake up at about 5 o'clock to be to work on time at 6:30, 7. Like, bro, you gotta make sure you're doing all that stuff because you don't want to be working all these days and these hours and you eating inappropriately and you're not getting rest because this stuff is serious. Like the stress levels, even just like the wear and tear on your body. You may feel like, I'm young, I'm this and that. Trust me, bro. It's serious. All this time I gotta tell myself, nah, I gotta pull back. I'm working too hard. I'm too busy. I'm feeling too dehydrated. I'm feeling too tired, too drained. Bro, I can barely keep my eyes open. I'm so sleepy. So, great question, man. Make sure you just like plan out your stuff like that. Make sure you're getting a lot of rest. What's the best way to organize the drugs in pharmacology? ASC 444. Folds up. Shout out to dog. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't know how long you've been around Big Money Bound TV, but I told y'all this probably like 4 years ago in the video called The Roughest 2 Years of My Life. Respiratory therapist program. I barely made it. The pharmacology part, it was too many damn drugs. It was too much stuff going on, bro. I ain't passed that pharmacology. Luckily, the test was involved in like a cumulative grade. I got a 60, I think I got like a 62 on it. 64. I got a 64 on it. That's an F. The program I was in, a 65 and above was a D. I got a 64. That was an F. Pharmacology. How you organize the drugs? I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. In pharmacology, I don't know. Now, as a therapist, I only handle like 5, 6 drugs. So I know all that. That's cool. That's cool. I know my bronchodilators, my fast acting, my short acting, my long acting. I know all that. Like my corticoid steroids, my epinephrine. I know all of that. But you talking about you gonna hand me 65 damn drugs? Beta 2 blocker, beta 8, hey, I don't. Thank you for the question. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know though. I ain't gonna say. If I don't know, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. But hey, good luck. You gotta get through it. So overall, my overall grade in the class was a 75.12. Now mind you, a 74 and below is a D. So I had to get a 75 to get a C in that class. I got a 75.12. Bro, I'm this close to. That's why that I'm here, and I know I'm here. I know how fortunate and how blessed I am. I don't play by getting to this bag for nothing. I run this Fetty up. Now I got my son. I run it up ×8 to the point where his mom get upset with me saying, hey, you kind of spending too much time away from your son. And I had to like pull back a little bit because you know what? You is kind of right. But when they go to getting this fetty, they can say anything. They can't say Randy ain't getting fetty and taking care of his kid. Can't nobody say that. Shout out to you for like the question. I appreciate that. How long did it take you to receive your RRT license after graduation? So I took my board exam. I graduated in May. I took my board exam in June twice because I took it a total of 3 tests. I did I don't know, like the multiple choice questions. Passed that the first time. A lot of people seem to be having like a hard time with it. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If you do the cheddar and you get the audio, I didn't find it challenging. You feel me? But you know, everybody different. So I ain't find that challenging. Now that computer simulating test, that computer sims, bro, now that one right there was serious. Some people may say that one challenging for them, but for me, bro, that was serious, dog. So I failed that the first time. I came back the next day and took it again and I passed. So that was I did that in June. Then I took me like 30 days to get my license. So I got my license in July and I didn't start working until September. So I graduated in May, took my test in June, got my license in July, and started working in September. So it was like 3 months I was out of work, bro. So I passed it in June. So I'm waiting July, August. Then finally, the middle of September, I finally got a job. You know how dreading and long those 2 months was without getting to this money, you finally got your license, like what the hell going on? Hey man, so yeah, bro, it took me like 3 months. What was the hardest, most challenging class for you in the program? Pharmacology. Bro, that's it. That's pharmacology. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Medical terminology. Because for my program, like medical terminology wasn't a prerequisite. I knew I was going into the medical field, but medical terminology wasn't like a requirement. So I didn't take it. So once I get into the program, they got medical terminology like as a class. I'm like, bro, I don't know this. What the hell? So we took our first test. I'm like, bro, how y'all know this? They're like, you ain't take on medical terminology? I felt like that wasn't a requirement. What the hell you talking about? Did I take it? They didn't tell me to take it. But luckily, from that, after that first test on to the end of that semester, the teacher handed you like a study guide at the beginning of the semester, at the beginning of that term before that test, to like go over what words and how to break down the root words, and like if it's anything that says ectomy, that's taken away. Anything that says itis, that's like an inflammation. So luckily she did that. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have passed. But she gave us that study guide. Now I got something to study from and how to do it. There's no problem. But pharmacology was the number one. Then medical term for like the first week, but after that it was all cool. But that pharmacology, bro, like, hey, no lie, I wouldn't be able to go in that past that test right now. And like I told y'all, y'all probably don't remember because I know so many more supporters, but shout out to the supporters, man, so many new people. The year I was in the program, the pharmacology test was included as a cumulative grade. You didn't have to pass that test. That's the one test you didn't have to pass. It was going to be cumulative graded. The class before that, the program before that, you had to pass that test. In the class after my class, you had to pass that test. My class, it was cumulative grade. You didn't have to pass, but your overall grade had to be above the passing score. I'm telling you, ain't no way in hell I could have passed that. Bro, I couldn't. I couldn't. Luckily, I was in a spot where it wasn't mandatory. Now, how the hell am I supposed to be in here and not be thankful that, dog, this is like a blessing from up above? Like, bro, that's why I'm out here and I'm getting it. I'm not taking nothing for granted. I'm not in here just like playing with it. And I'm not doing that, bro, because I know, man, like somebody want to be in this position. I'm in this position that somebody want to be in, an employed respiratory therapist. And I'm here just like, no, I'm in there going full throttle. You ask some folks about me, they gonna say a dog by this paper. Eagles883. Shout out to my dog, man. I appreciate it. This is a channel member. Eagles883, homie. Shout out. I appreciate you, dog. Thanks for the support, man. 100 times 4, dog. Thank you. That's for real, man. Shout out to all the channel members, man. You want to become a channel member, make it happen. I appreciate all the support. It ain't mandatory. It is just a little bonus. A bonus. I'm like, man, what I'm saying. It's a little bit like bonus videos, more posts. You get to vote on certain things at times. So shout out to the supporters, dog. The channel members, for real. Have you ever dealt with an aggressive patient? If so, how would you handle it to protect yourself? Hey, man, I believe in self-defense, man, woman, or child. Man, woman, or child, I believe in self-defense. Now, I ain't saying I'm going to attack nobody, But if somebody is aggressive and trying to come harm me, I'm going to defend myself. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to punch the hell out you, but I'm going to try my best to just like pick you up. They coming at me with aggression. Bro, a patient coming at me with aggression. They going up and then they going down. They going up and they going down. Now, if you somebody I can't pick up to get you down, I'm going to have to take you down. Just be real. But how I deal with aggressive patients is like, I just try to like avoid heightening the situation. Get your ass out of here. No problem. Have a good night. This isn't your room. I can stay here if I want to. No. Get your dumb ass. Don't you come in here. Won't happen again. My apologies. I didn't know. So I'm trying to defuse it. Now, if I'm saying like, I'm leaving, I don't know. I didn't know that you was angry. I'm gonna get out of your room. You come at me saying, I ain't moving fast enough. I'm gonna meet force with force. I'm gonna be forced to. But if I can avoid it, man, I don't want that shit. You don't get out of here, I'm gonna snap. Hey, no need to snap because I'm leaving. So I try to avoid the conflict. Try to avoid it. Put it at ease. I don't try to add fuel to that fire. Now, if that fire is raging, a raging wildfire coming at me, wild and crazy, may the Lord be with him. Him or her or child. May the Lord be with him. That's how I handle that. Appreciate you, dog. Like I said. How do you prevent a patient with a needle phobia from moving and messing up your stick? And do you ever get nervous to give an ABG? How do you prevent a patient with needle phobia from moving and messing up your stick? I just try to be honest. I'll be honest with the patient. I don't try. Like, I'll be straight up honest with them. Like, I'm here to draw blood. I'm here to do like an arterial blood gas stick. Have you ever had that before? No. It's going to be a very, very sharp stick. Very, very sharp. Is it going to hurt? Yes. Very sharp stick, and it's going to hurt. But once you feel that sharp sensation, that hurt, that pain for that split second, that means I'm in the right place. Don't move. Because if you happen to move, you got to feel that same pain and sensation again. So one time is better than 2 times, better than 3 times. So once you know that, like, you only got to, you're going to feel it, but it's only going to be one time unless you move. That prevents somebody from moving. Not going to lie to you, bro. And I've never had a problem where, unless the patient was like kind of combative and crazy and we had to like get the blood, did I really like have anybody like moving? Like somebody, even if they were scared, they'd be like, okay, no. Oh, that wasn't too bad. I didn't feel anything. So that's how I always keep it straight up with them. Yeah, it's going to hurt. But it's better to hurt one time than hurt 3-4 times. Then. And do you ever get nervous to give an ABG? I'm not going to lie to you, man. It was a situation I was very nervous to give an ABG. I was at a pediatric hospital. I had to do a blood gas on a kid that was like 7 years old. Come on, man. I just said this hurts and it's very painful to an adult. I gotta go and stick a 7-year-old kid who got both of his parents in the room, mama and daddy. And they just, the medics just had trouble getting the IV in the patient. So now the family like, hey man, y'all keep sticking my son. Like, what the hell going on? This getting out of hand. So of course I'm like, damn, but I gotta get the blood. Luckily, you know, I've been doing my job for a minute. I know what I'm doing. I get it first attempt, no problems. Was I nervous? Hell yeah. Was I happy I got it? I was nervous as hell, I'm not gonna lie. I get the blood gas, no problem. This same family is not transferred to the pediatric ICU 3 hours later. They gotta draw blood again. The family is requesting that the same therapist that drew the blood in the pediatric ER room, come up to the unit and draw the blood because I did such a good job. Not knowing that I was nervous as hell and I just kind of got luckily to get it with no problems. Not knowing it, you feel me? Like, I'm nervous and I'm scared as hell. But they say, hey, he did a great job, send him back up here. I'm like, oh Lord, I gotta go up there again. Man, I get another. My coworker like, okay, Randy, yeah, they called him. They're requesting you. Okay, Mr. Big Shot, they're requesting you. I'm like, all right. Family in the room, like, I'm saying, blood. Not knowing, I'm nervous as hell. But of course, I'm not showing it. But inside, bro, like, this is a kid. I don't want to stick nobody. That's why I became a respiratory therapist. I didn't want to stick nobody with a needle. That's why I stayed away from nursing. Then I get into the damn program. I feel like I got to stick you right here. The worst stick it is. But I'm at a point of no return. It's too late. I got to stick him up. Stick him up. I got to stick you. I get in this room. I draw the blood. Luckily, bro, I get it again. I mean, like, get it first stick. No more redirecting. No nothing. Just like, no going deep. Just when you boop, it's there. Bro, this family just don't know how lucky and fortunate they was that I was able to do that shit, like, no problem. So, yeah, man, like, yeah, I've been that, dog. How do you maintain work-life balance? Sometimes I struggle with it, but I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I'm getting much better. It's just like, it's certain days that, like, you gotta, like, dedicate for your family and your loved ones. And then there's certain days that you got to go and get this fatty. And like your people that's with you, like they got to understand, like, all right, bro, we need, like, it's, you know, they got to understand. They got to know you first things first. Before anything, people know that, like, on me, I'm big money bound. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm big money bound. I'm ambitious. I'm hard working. Like, I'm gonna go and get this fatty. I'm gonna work as much as I can work to still maintain a good work-life balance. But I'm not just gonna do the bare minimum. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But people around me gotta understand that. Secondly, they're benefiting my life. The people around me in my life are benefiting from the fruits of my labor. Like, that's from my household to outside my household. I done took my family out multiple times, paid for all expenses paid. Came back from Texas, had a damn towel worth $2,700. I got it. Don't worry about it. We all enjoying, like, big money bound. We lit. Like, bro, I go to work. Every time I get paid, I make sure my jit got new shoes, new clothes. He got what he need. I take 3 days off: Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, me and my little, my family, we doing something family oriented. I'm taking my jit to the bounce house. We ride skates. We going to watch movies, we going to eat, we going to pools, parks. So, like, I gotta balance it, but you gotta get this fatty. So they gotta know that I'm gonna get this paper, but I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna bring it back with it, but I'm going to go and get it. So I just got people around me that really understand that most of the time. And that's how, like, I just make sure I let it be known that, bro, I'm gonna get this paper. I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna get this paper. I'm gonna get my house paid off, like, sooner than 30 years. In order to do that, you gotta put a lot of money towards this principle. In order to do that, you gotta work a lot. So, hey, man, I'm trying to get free. So especially right now, I'm grinding, like, for real, man. There's no games being played. So I maintain it by making sure that everybody know around me what I'm doing. And everybody at my job know what I'm doing. Oh, you back again? Yeah, I'm trying to get free. Trying to get free. Oh, you working? I'm trying to get free. What do you mean get free? Yeah. You know how you have to work at 55 years old? I don't want to have to do that. So I'm trying to position myself so I don't have to do that. That's it. There's nothing wrong with having a goal and having a plan. Like, I'm not trying to upset nobody by saying, yeah, I don't want to be 59 years old still having to work 4 days a week. That you should, a 39-year-old should say, you know what? I wish I had that same mentality when I was your age. I see somebody who's 19 as a respiratory therapist going hard saying, yeah, bro, when I get 27, I don't want to have to do this shit. Man, what? I pray you get that, dog. Can I cash app you something just to see you can get that? So that's how I feel about that, man. Great question, man. That was from Dev the Dude RN. Shout out to homie. Cookie Dough 4138. I love cookies. That's what's happening. Do you recommend having 2 jobs as an RT? Yes, I do. You got to have 2 jobs. If you can, if time permits, have as many jobs as you can handle. You feel me? You can do 3. If you can handle 3, bro, do your thing. Like, have as many jobs as you can handle. Like, this is big money bound TV. Don't get in there just to, like, get in there, just to like be in there, bro. Nobody goes, I don't know. Everybody got their own personal goals. Some people just want to do like 3 days and then work the full 45, 40 years and be retired at 72 and then have 3 more years of living. And I don't know how people want to live. Like, you asking me? 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and get to that bag for real, man, and run them bands up. Ease up on them distractions, man. Especially like in that first 2 years, bro, you need to be running it up. All that, like, trips and this and that, women and men, and bro, they stay focused, man, run that bag up. Now, what's that bag? Get that money can make money. Then you can, like, okay, you know what? I got 3 jobs. Let me go down to 2. Okay, damn, you know what? I wanted to make $100,000 a year. Now I got over $100,000 saved up. Shit, let me go to 1 job and the per diem job I pick up every now and then. Because now you get into, like, that space of, like, freedom where you should want to be at, where we should all aspire to be, is to financially free. Like, you know, we seen people in front of us work hard and, like, I don't know, I seen people in front of me work hard, like, to barely provide food, like, to make it, just have to keep going. Like, bro, I want different for me and people that come after me. That's all. Great question, man. What's the best / worst experience you've had as an RT? The best experience was What's the best experience was just starting out as a respiratory therapist, just starting off. Just knowing that, like, I did something and I worked hard for something that's gonna, like, change my life and the trajectory of my life. Like, and everybody who come behind me is gonna be able to benefit from that. Like, just knowing I put myself in a great position just to be an RT and just to clock in. The best experience was that first beep I heard, beep, because now I'm in here and it's lit. Like, it's literally, it's up from here. Like, it can only go up from here. Like, because my work ethic and my ambition and my drive, it can only go up. So that's exactly what it did, man. I just brought it to the YouTube. So my best experience was, like, getting that badge, taking that picture, and just clocking into that job. Put my stethoscope around my neck and saying, yo, bro, it's official. Like, this shit for real. Like, 2 years, 4 years, 2 years prerequisite, 2 years program. student loans and all that shit. Like, bro, now I'm here. That's the best part, man. That's the best part about being a therapist, getting the ID badge and clocking in. Like, yeah, I'm him. What was the worst experience you've had as an RT? The worst experience? Like, shit, can I even say I had a worst experience? That's what I'm saying. Like, worst. I guess you can say, like, whenever you start like a new job, everywhere you go, it's the politics of this shit, man. Everywhere you go, like, starting off, like, bro, either your department gonna try to give you a hard time or the nursing staff gonna try to give you a hard time, man. I was at one facility, somebody on the respiratory therapy staff was trying to give me a hard time. Like I said, I just came from where I didn't want to be, and now I'm where I want to be. Nothing you can do to, like, throw me off my game, but they was trying. Went to another hospital, the nursing staff was, like, making a big deal about the way I was working, how I wasn't smiling while I was working, how when I come here, I'm always in the bad. But, like, bro, what the hell are we talking about, bro? Like, for, like, the first 3 weeks, like, they just gave me, like, a hard time. But like I say, nothing's going to discourage me to stop me from getting this paper. So after that, they seen that this shit ain't working, let's just leave dog alone. They left me alone. I just kept working, getting that paper, dog. Then people went to, like, actually, like, liking me and started, like, wanting to, feel me, like, they was like, damn, I had, like, preconceived notions about you, like, I was wrong. Like, bro, I'm just here getting this paper, I'll take care of my people. So, yeah, that's probably the worst experience when, like, starting these jobs and there's people, like, just, like, hating on you. You just trying to, like, get to it, bro. But this stuff get competitive. Like, man, you looking up to, like, these respiratory therapists, and then you get in that department with them, and now you fighting for OT with them. Damn, I was just getting 5 days OT. Now he coming here, I'm only getting 2 days because he getting 3, and vice versa. They don't like that, man. They say your idols become your rivals. You make friends with Mike, but got AI on for your survival. Hey, man, that's how it be. In your opinion, what is the best job to have? Sleep study, ICU, PFT, etc. The best job to have? The best one to have as a respiratory therapist, man. Me personally, I just prefer, like, regular respiratory therapy when it's like ICU. You can do ICU, you can do the floors, you can do ER. Just a well-rounded respiratory therapy. When you get to, like, a certain, like, specialty, like sleep lab, PFT, NICU, PICU, I say, like, NICU, feel me? Because they're the highest paid, and they always say that, like, it's just you and a little baby, and you, like, bringing it to life, and it's like, but I've never done it because I can't really deal with no kid that's the size of my cell phone trying to bring them back. I just, like, my body can't do it. But that's the highest paying, and it's got to be, like, I can't say it's very rewarding. You giving a human being was brought into this world with, like, some complications. You helping them, like, overcome those complications and, like, thrive and be, like, now a human, a first grader, second grader, third grader. So that gotta be the coolest, man. But I can't do it. But for me, it'd be just all around respiratory therapist in the hospital. But for the specialty, I say it'd have to be NICU. They get paid the most, and it's, like, the top rewarding because you're helping a newborn child who's innocent, ain't never did no wrong to nobody. You help them get right. So that's what I say. Great question, man. Have you ever intubated a patient? Yes, I have, as a student. My second year, 4th semester, right before my last semester, I did intubate a patient. And then the same day I intubated a patient was the same day my preceptor, like, told my respiratory therapy program director that I was always late to work. And I redeemed myself by intubating the patient. So yeah, I did that, man. That was the only time I intubated a patient. Only time I ever got a chance to intubate a patient was as a student, and I did it. Great question. If you were to get a specialization credential as an RRT, RPFT, SDS, which would it be? The specialty I choose is I think I do, like, asthma, accredited asthma, critical care asthma specialist, something like that. Yeah, it's a test. I actually got hold on.